Often, I know how to read the faces of each one of them, and out of each of those faces, it's perfectly clear. I can see the pride, and I can see the hope. Wonderful. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's 2013 undergraduate commencement speaker, Dr. Pamela C. Brown. Dr. Pamela C. Brown has been serving as the City of Buffalo's Superintendent of Schools for 1 year. This school district is the largest, the second largest in the state of New York, and of course the largest outside of New York City. Generally, she has experience in administration, in consulting work, in serving as a principal, and as an educational reformer. More specifically, she is, of course, also deep down inside a teacher. Her most recent assignment before coming to Buffalo, she managed Richmond, Virginia's Central School District with 25,000 students. Dr. Brown is an expert in changing the game. She knows how to deal with problems. She knows how to make things right. She knows how to think system, how to think big. But what I admire about Dr. Brown, in spite of operating here at the apex of responsibility and authority, she never loses sight of what I can see, which is individual students. Dr. Brown's personal motto is, every student deserves a world-class education. Dr. Brown's doctorate is from Harvard University. We are glad to have her as our commencement speaker. Dr. Brown.
Thank you. President Jurasek, members of the Medallion College Board of Trustees, honored guests, faculty, students, parents, relatives, and friends. On behalf of the Buffalo Public Schools, I bring you my heartfelt greetings. Let me begin by saying how greatly I appreciate the opportunity to address such an esteemed audience this evening. Class of 2013, you are a lovely sight. I look out and see a sea of caps and gowns, and indeed, you are the vision that I have for the 33,000 students of the Buffalo Public Schools, the beneficiaries of a true world-class education, meaning a well-rounded education that prepares students for further academic challenge in college, success in a career of their choice, and a life that represents a healthy appreciation for hard work, mutual respect, and good, clean fun, along with a commitment to giving back to the community. At Medallion, you have had all of this and more. You have had the privilege of attending a fine institution that believes in and serves the greater community by finding much of its talent in the public schools surrounding it, anticipating its students' needs, building support systems on campus to address those individual students' needs, and thereby ensuring a higher than average graduation rate. As you may know, across this country, many more students enroll in college than actually complete college. Because Medallion College didn't just admit you, but upon so doing, made a commitment to your success, you are here today to claim a well-earned degree. And so today I honor you, and I would like to take just a few minutes to offer you a few words of advice. begin with this: dream big. Let your dreams and aspirations soar. No matter what you perceive to be the barriers, find that field of study and that career that inspire you to work night and day, that you dream about while sleeping, that ignites an unmatched passion in you. Perhaps you've already begun to identify a particular talent that you have that seems to channel your efforts in a particular direction and help you to have a sense of purpose. My mother is 98 years old, and she doesn't get around as well as she used to, and she's not quite as alert as she used to be. But still today, many times she continues to say to me, the sky is the limit. This is a woman who was born on a farm in Mississippi at a time when the schooling was substandard at best, and she had to leave home and board with relatives in order to complete her high school education. This is a woman who did not earn her college degree until she was almost 50 years old, and who shortly afterwards single-handedly moved her 5 dependent children from Liberty, Mississippi to Los Angeles, California. That is certainly an example of change. She believes so strongly in the power of hope, dreams, and a strong work ethic that she encouraged us all to reach for the sky. And so I encourage you to allow yourselves to triumph over all circumstances. Some of you have already had to demonstrate tremendous courage and perseverance in order to get where you are today. Some of those may include peer pressure, poverty, illness, disability, grief, and all manner of disappointments. But you've made it this far, and you're ready for the next part of the journey. So I will share with you the words of advice that I heard from a group of very impressive high school seniors last evening. No excuses, and failure is not an option. The second piece of advice that I would offer to you is to dream with your eyes wide open. Dreams without a plan and consistent focused work are just empty vessels that are going nowhere. You already know that. But the game plan changes a little bit as you leave college and go into the world of work. It's no longer enough to understand and demonstrate that you understand and to chart your own course. You will have to know how to bring others along. Whether you plan to attend graduate school or get a job, you will very likely be in environments where you will meet people from many different walks of life, and it will be expected that you will work with them to problem solve and complete joint projects. In today's experience of the flattening of the globe, as author Thomas Friedman refers to it, we are required to run faster to stay in place. Due to the convergence of technology and many events that allowed many other countries to be on an equal playing field with ours, particularly as it relates to services and manufacturing. The world is a much smaller place in which everything happens much faster. And while we should be, as a country, working harder and smarter to maintain our competitive edge in innovation, unfortunately, we outrank many other nations in our own feelings of superiority. And so instead of this being a time for you to rest on your laurels, I will submit to you that it is a time to confirm your commitment to continuing your pursuit of your dream. The final piece of advice that I will offer to you is to stay close to your support systems. As much as it is important to celebrate your success, it is just as important to realize that you are standing on the shoulders of others. important to make sure that we are always there for them and that they know that at all times. In order to illustrate that, I will share a little personal story with you. My daughter Trinity is currently finishing her freshman year of law school. This past fall, it became kind of a family joke that she would only tell us how many schools that she had applied to, but not which schools to which she had submitted applications. In fact, even after she told us that she had received some acceptances and that she had decided which law school she wanted to attend, and after she had already submitted her deposit, we still did not know which school she planned to attend. And it was not until she sent us a picture of herself standing next to a recognizable landmark at Yale Law School that we knew where she was going. That was her way of demonstrating her independence and that she could make a decision on her own, that she was making things happen for her, by her. Now that doesn't mean that she doesn't still call us and ask for money from time to time. So we know that we can continue to count on that. But that certainly is what we expect to see from our children as they begin to mature and enter their adult lives. And so even as they demonstrate their independence, it's important that they know that they will always be able to count on our guidance and support. And so parents, my advice to you is to keep your safety